I love the title. The Hotline Always Blings Twice is the 77th main stage review from the Second City. The new show sets its sights at a number of targets, including Trump, Trudeau, and taxis. Joining us this morning are two of its stars, Lee Cameron and Etan Muscat. Good morning.
Thank you for having us.
So where shall we begin? Are you allowed to use the Hotline Bling reference? Because I noticed you also, I shouldn't be asking you this on air. Or else Tracy will be calling. Because you all wear the parka very well as a little salute to the video.
Drake can't trademark parkas. Everyone wears it. It gets cold.
Yeah. It gets cold inside, inside glowing cubes.
Yeah.
It gets very cold.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Talk to us a little bit about this show, because you've all worked together before as a cast. So did you work out kinks, as it were, from your first go, and how did you approach this one? Not that there were kinks.
Oh, they got worse. They definitely got worse. Yeah. Well, one of the nice things about working with the same people again is you can really like read each other. You know, kind of the energy that people have and the kinds of ideas that they come up with, so you can predict that and play off it and pitch
to each other because you know what everybody likes. You're like, oh, I need a witch in a scene. I know who's going to play them.
And it's very Toronto-centric, as we just saw.
Yeah.
So do you worry about the tourists coming in, or now? I mean, everything we've mentioned is pretty much international. Everyone knows who Trudeau is now. Everyone knows who Trump is. You know, the Uber taxi situation.
I definitely feel like this show references more things about the city and Canadian culture, but I don't think it, other than maybe a few specific references, I think the issues are pretty universal. And
I don't think it'll go above anybody's head.
Yeah.
Right. Do you ever play off the audience? Because I know, you know, we're used to Second City being a lot of improv. Do you allow that in, or is it very much, you know, sticking to sketch comedy?
If something wrong happens, we will embrace it.
Oh, we do that on the show too, right?
Like
spotlight on it. Let's dive in.
Let's live in this horrible moment for 1 minute.
And sorry, go ahead.
It just depends how loopy we are too. You know, like we do. You know, on the weekends we do 2 shows, and by the end of the second show, if something weird happens, we will respond. Yeah.
What happens when you look into the audience and you make out a familiar, famous face? Because you've had celebrities come in, right? People from SNL drop by.
They always put them in the same spot so we know where they are. So we're just like, everyone's kind of like trying to like glance. So when you're in your scene, you're just trying to like see just down the line.
Especially if there's a group scene where everyone's on stage and you take your turns talking. When somebody else is talking, you take a little scan of the room.
What do you do? Do you find that paralyzes you with fear, or do you just want to bring out your funny that much more?
It depends who it is. If it's a comedian,
if it's a comedian.
Catherine O'Hara was there once, and I was like, just like kind of shaking.
Yes.
And we about a month ago, Ian McKellen came and watched the show.
Ian McKellen, I love Ian.
And we knew he was there. So we were like, we should really act tonight.
And then you can't help but look at them as your gauge, right?
Oh yeah,
like,
and then you look to see if what you said was funny to him, and if he's not laughing, you're like, I'm gonna act even harder.
I do want to know, what is your take on all things Trump? Can you give us a little bit?
Yeah, well, we address it in the show. It's funny writing sketches kind of about current events, because our shows run sometimes for 4 or 5 months with the same content, so you can't respond too much to what happened that day. You have to look at the trends. Luckily, Trump just keeps saying the exact same things everywhere he goes, so you can count on a little consistency.
Yeah, that's
good.
But
the interesting thing is with the audience, you can tell people really want certain topics addressed sometimes, because even when you address them in the show, they'll still ask for them in the improv set. So Trump is one of those things that they just like, more. So yeah, sometimes in our shows with topical references, we're sort of like checking certain boxes, like this is very much going on right now. We should have a take on it. Yeah, people just keep wanting to hear about it, so you try and find a way to talk about it that
we just work in every sketch. Nobody knows.
Exactly. And of course, we all need laughter, so thank you for providing that for us. The Hotline Always Blings Twice is playing now at the Second City's main stage theater on Mercer Street. For more info and tickets, go to breakfasttelevision.ca. You never know if they're going to call on you, because it blings twice. I don't even know what that means, but I like it.